Do you remember that book from when you were little about going on a bear hunt? You know, we're all going on a bear hunt. We're not scared. We've got guns and bullets too. And at each stage of the story, we come to a different challenge. A lake, a tree, a rock, whatever it is. And we have to find a way to get past that challenge and move forward. Whether it's going over it or under it or around it or through it. It's a story that's lots of fun for little kids, but teaches us how to approach challenges and difficult things that come our way and overcome them. It's a story about resilience. It's a story about learning not to accept knockbacks or to see obstacles in our path as something that's just going to stop us completely. This week when I saw the gospel reading for this coming Sunday, it was like being on a bear hunt and coming up against one of those obstacles. I looked at this passage and I thought, I don't really want to talk about that. I don't want to deal with that. Is that really a message that I want to share with young people? I'm not sure it's quite the right message for this week. And for the last few days, I've been trying to avoid it. I've decided that I can't go over it or round it or through it or under it, so I'm going to ignore it. And I think that's the way that we choose to deal with a lot of obstacles in our lives, don't we? Let's just ignore them, pretend they're not there, sweep them under the carpet and not deal with them. But the reality is, if they're there and we don't deal with them, they're not going to go away. This passage this week talks about rejection. It talks about the fact that Jesus himself is rejected by the people that are around him. The religious leaders and the teachers and the rabbis and all those people in authority look at Jesus and they reject him. And what God does is he offers the kingdom of heaven first to them through Jesus, and after they reject it, he then offers it to other people. That's what this story about vineyards and people getting thrown out and killed and all of that stuff boils down to. It's a representation that these people would have understood about who Jesus is and what he's bringing to the table. And he knows that he's going to be rejected, and he knows that that kingdom offer is going to be offered to others. You see, a bit like coming up against any obstacle in front of us in life, Jesus is something that we simply can't ignore. We can't just sweep him under the carpet. You have to make that choice to either reject him or to accept him. The beautiful thing about Jesus, about the gospel, about the kingdom of God is that it's an offer that's made out to everybody. It's not exclusive to a certain bunch of people. That's what this message from Jesus this week is about. He's saying to those people who thought that they were favoured by God, don't think this is just for you. I'm here for everybody. And even those people that are currently on the outside, that are being rejected by society, will be accepted into the kingdom of heaven if they want to be. Being a Christian sometimes is like being on that bear hunt, knowing that there's going to be obstacles that you're going to come up against all the time, obstacles to your faith, obstacles to the way of life that God's calling you to, obstacles to being the person that you want to be. Some of those obstacles are inside us and our own feelings of self-worth and lack of ability and lack of confidence. Some of them are things that the world thrusts at us and the objections that people put up to our faith, and some of them are just life's hard knocks. But if we want to follow Jesus, we have to learn how to approach those things in a way that we approached them when we were on the bear hunt when we were little. And when we're approached by Jesus with that offer of the kingdom, we can't just ignore it and think it's going to go away. It's a choice we have to make. Are we going to reject it or are we going to accept it?